Hi guys, we're back again for another unboxing. This time it is not a set drop. We've got a few weeks wait until that arrives for us. It is, and I've been waiting all evening to unbox it, Shadow Spear. Went down to my local gaming store, which is Barnsley Modelling Games, and picked this up at midnight last night. Excuse the little bit of glare on the top there from my upper lights, but it's time to open it up. All I've done so far is take off the cellophane. I have not seen inside this yet, so I'm a little bit excited. And oh, that is a lot of plastic crack in here. So, usual very big bag of bases. Looks like some 40s, some 32s. Nice. Can't see a big base for the big guy, but we will see if that is hidden in somewhere else. So, starting off with the boring stuff. Big bag of bases. Giant pack of bubble wrap. Never pops right, though, this stuff. It's alright. No. Just squeezes. Leave it be. Oh, I think these must be the characters. So, starting off with Librarian, I believe. Yep, that is the new Librarian. Now, I will be having these assembled, hopefully at the end of this video, but it depends how long it takes me to assemble them. Really nice little book, beautiful buckle detail on there, and yes, really nice. Definitely has that Primaris feel to it with that psychic hood over the back, but not as much over the top skulls and purity seals. In fact, I think I only see 2 purity seals on the entire model, which I actually really like, because I think the purity seals are a little bit outdated. They were originally meant to be Oaths of Moment and developed into the religious stuff you get. Oh, third one. No, that's a bookmark. That's a bookmark. Okay, Librarian. Nice. Sticking with the Imperial, this is the Captain. Now, again, absolutely stunning detail on this. I'll add some photos to this as well at the end. But looking through, really nice rope detail on the back of the backpack. Again, more buckle detail on the inside of the cape. Top of the helmet attached to the backpack, which is quite strange. Okay, so be careful when taking this off, because they are not cut off sprue points. They're actually leather straps and part of the cloak. Again, not a whole lot of purity seals or ornamentations. Pardon me, a little bit of man flu coming on here, I think. 1 purity seal on the leg. And the one thing I really don't like about this is on that part of the leg. I'll move the box to the side. Let's see here. Right, we've got a skull coming up from his kneecap. Now, the plastic's quite thick and it does feel quite sturdy, but I can see that breaking very, very easily. But we'll have to wait and see what it's like. Hilt of the knife coming up on the side of it as well. Looks very, very nice. Okay, third character is Master of Possession, and this is a nice model. I wasn't sure in the pictures that we've seen on the pre-releases of the skulls on the backpack, but they look fantastic. I just wish that the mold pour point wasn't in the center of the skull's forehead. That's going to make cleaning up a little tricky, but not too much. Just be careful when you're cutting them off not to cut directly to the edge. Skull detail on his face. Really nice. So the camera's having a little bit of problems auto-focusing. Bear with me a second. I will see if I can get that to do what it's meant to do. If I can find where my cursor has gone. Hello? Why are you over there? It seems... Ah, there we go. Right, let's see. Video... Properties... Configure... Camera control, focus. Let's see if I can get the focus to actually work properly. Okay, so... Looking on this... Come on. There we almost go. That'll be it. There we go. That's a little better. So I thought anyway. It's struggling with them, I think, with my hands in the light. Let us see. Yeah, that's better. Right. The skulls on the actual model itself, I do have some paper beside me ready for another video that will be coming up. But it still doesn't want to focus on those. Anyway, we'll get through it and I'll add some photos to the end. Hopefully it won't be too annoying. Now focus better against the black background. The fur detail, really nice. Top of the staff, again, you can't fault GW for their skulls. They know how to make skulls. And that top of the staff is really nice. Again, plenty of spiky bits to get stuck in your foam, but nothing you can't deal with. Flaming skull in his hand. And this is getting annoying with the autofocus, I'm afraid. Sorry about this, guys. It's still using the Logitech camera until I can get a better one, but this game looks like it is going to be too important not to unbox. We've got a lot of things incoming, some new rules on board as well. Right, first sprue. So there's that giant autocannon for our suppressors. Really nice. A bigger version of the backpack from, oh, what was it? The Reavers. Right there. Loving the slung bolter with a side-mounted scope. Now that's interesting, having the top and side-mounted rail system on this. Proper gun discipline on the pistol. Hand bracing. Somebody has been watching some military documentaries by the looks of it. This is stunning. This is what I've been looking forward to. These new sniper rifles. The marksman's rifles. Very real world looking. Nice suppressor on the ends. Again, really nice. The other bolters, same again with the side-mounted sight system. So that's, again, nice. We have a very strangely cast kneeling pose here, where the elbow is joined directly to the kneecap on this guy here. So that's interesting, I'll say. Looking at the faces, now, I don't know if it's just me, but these are starting to look more and more like stormtroopers. Except for this guy, who looks like he should be a Tusken Raider. Right, now, these are going to be getting painted up in Raptor Legion. Oh, nice head there as well. I think that is going to be for your suppressor. Different face mask. Yeah, these are going to be done up in Raptor Legion, or as I like to call them, Sensible Marines. And hopefully I'm going to try my best to get it onto camera for you. I'm going to be using, I've just found out my phone actually records very nice 4K video, but I can't connect it directly to my PC for monitoring it. So once I work out how to do that, I'll try and use the better camera on the phone until I can get something a bit more professional. But we are starting out. So first sprue for the Marines, very nice. This, for some reason, has a bit of grey foam in it. Okay, bit of packing foam. That's a bit odd. Okay, so the next one looks like a duplicate of the last sprue. Yep, same heads. Again, really nice. I wasn't expecting to get a duplicate sprue. Is it a duplicate? Let's see. Match the two up. Yes, that is indeed a duplicate sprue. Okay, so two for the same for the Marines. Now one of the bigger sprues. This is Chaos stuff now. So Black Legion. Oh, that Possessed is huge. Look at the size of that claw coming off him. That is a big model. More of that packing foam. It looks like the inside of the foam for the battle cases, which is, I don't know how that ends up in there because I don't actually own one. Okay, oh, now that is a nice backpack. Beautiful sculpted bone detail. Come on, be nice. Stay in focus. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Normal backpacks are not that great. We've seen them before. They just look slightly bigger. The Marines themselves look quite a lot bigger. Now this guy reminds me of the Dark Vengeance box set. One of the Chosen. And I've always wondered why we didn't get Chosen when the models were such good sculpts. Why they just brought it in and left it at that. And maybe it was because they were going to expand the range further down the line, and the Chosen were like prototypes. I don't know, but these are really nice. The plasma gun, I'll rotate it so it's actually right way up. Again, really nice detail on there. Come on, focus. No, it's having none of it at the minute. There we go. That's a little better. But it just will not stay in focus. There's days when I hate computers. Loving the front torso in this one. Less ornamentation, but we do have some very crisp chainmail. Yeah, I'm liking that quite a lot. Autocannon, which I think is going to be in the new FiXT set. But the Possessed, they just look insane. Lovely detail on the shin. Again, it will not focus. I do not know why. But yeah, these so far are a definite thumbs up from me. Because I do play Chaos occasionally as well. Not very often, but I haven't had anything worth playing. Another Imperial Marine, Imperial set. Now, there had been a rumor that these were all going to be mixed. That we're going to have the Imperial and the Chaos stuff together on one sprue. Thankfully, they didn't do that. Because we all know that some people like to separate them out and share them amongst friends. Again, huge autocannon, beautiful sniper rifle. Side-by-side real bolt guns. Now, I've never seen them do this with the backpacks before, where they have just got the power plant and not the twin exhausts. Now that must mean it's hidden underneath. No, that'll probably be for one of the jump troops, actually. That'll probably be for one of these packs here. That makes sense. Grenade. Just falling from the guy's hand. I'm not sure that is tactically the best move for him to make. Just dropping it. But smoke is always useful. Loving the backpacks for the heavy weapons. So far, I'm finding very little that I don't actually like in amongst this. Usually there's something that I'll say, well, I don't know. Oh, looks like a vehicle smoke launcher on here as well. That should be interesting, finding out where that goes. And the final big sprue, it's the Spiddler. The Venom Crawler looks really nice. Beautiful piece of scenery for the base. That is lovely. That is really, really nice. Now, I think this is probably going to be off one of the Obliterators, because I believe the Obliterators are on here as well. Yeah, we'll go get Power Fists for those. I'm loving the detail on this. Again, it probably won't pick up very well on camera, but it seems to be, it's almost like cracked wood. We've got sculpted in fractures in the side of it, which is nice. I'm saying nice quite a lot at the moment. Okay, leg embedded in a nice piece of scenery. I think that might be one of the guns from the Venom Crawler. Again, we'll go through the instructions and take a look and see what we can find on there. Obliterators seem to have been handled a lot better than I was expecting. They really do look like giant centurions, and are going to be very interesting to paint. We've got the head or chest mount here, which is very like the Dark Vengeance Hellbrute. Again, I think that's why I'm thinking these were designed around the same time, because there's a lot of cues here that remind me of Dark Vengeance. So, yep, that is our Mauler Fiend, or not Mauler Fiend, sorry, our Venom Crawler and our Obliterators. So, very nice. Then, at the bottom of the box, we have the now standard piece of artwork that we get. Now, unfortunately, they store it face down in the box. And we've got a few little marks on here, which is a shame, because these are always really nice to frame. I've got a few now that I need to have framed, and some of the stuff from the Warhammer Legends collection as well, which needs to be sorted out for the wall for the studio here. But nice piece of artwork, always nice to see. At the bottom of the box, we have got the base for the Venom Crawler, which is smaller than I expected. We've got the two for them. I would say these are probably either for the Possessed or the Havocs, or the Obliterators. So, extra bases, or more bases. The bases that everybody seems to hate. The flying stands, I've had no issues with them so far, but that is probably because I don't run my Primaris that often, so they haven't been that much of an issue to me yet. But we'll find out. We'll find out as we go along if these will be any better. Oh, sorry for moving the camera there. Right, okay, that's those. We also get a transfer set, which unfortunately is only Ultramarines and Black Legion. Now, the Black Legion I can understand, but Ultramarines, GW, you really need to start putting a general decal sheet in for players. Not everybody wants to play Ultramarines. There's people like playing Raven Guard, people like playing Imperial Fists. We have none of that represented here. Everything on this is the boys in blue. And yes, we know they're the poster boys for 40k, but these games are also being bought by people that have been there for a while, have been in the hobby for a while, and they have their own legions, they have their own chapters, they want more variety. Nice as these are, a bit of a feel for GW on these, and there's not a lot down here for the Chaos. It is basically just 10 Eyes of Horus for your troops and 2 for your Obliterators. No, I'm not impressed with that at all. Sorry, GW, but you could have done better on that. Finally, we've got 2 more in here. We've got a sample chapter of Aaron Dembski Bowden's Black Legion. Fantastic book. Really, really good book. And it's really nice to have this added in. Just a little taster to get you going. So that's going to be 61 pages to get you hooked and to make you want to go and get the rest of the book and buy the book itself. But I approve of this. More stuff like this. Freebies added in. I agree with. Now we have our Warhammer 40k Shadow Spear pack. So I'll just pop this open. Now I did get a couple of extra bits from my local gaming store, which I don't believe everyone will get, which is a shame because it's a nice little bonus. But let's see, there we go. We get the Shadow Spear campaign book, I think. So yep, Introduction to Warzone Vigilus. Some more really nice artwork. Unfortunately, still again, nothing but Ultramarines. There are other chapters out there. War for Nemengast. Looks like quite a nice little bit of fluff. Campaign guide. So these are new game missions and rules for this. And we have a campaign tree. So a progressive campaign tree. So if the Marines win, down to target of opportunity. If not, it's down all-round defense. Yep, this could be... if they add more stuff like this into stuff like chapter approved and everything else, for people who like to have narrative campaigns, instead of having to constantly plan them out yourself, having something like this is just a nice, fun, easy way to run a campaign. Like that. So, new deployment zone maps. Okay, this is looking very... You have what looks like a 3-inch attacker's deployment zone there. That's 2. So that is going to be a 4-inch deployment zone. So that is not really... Right. That's going to be a very hard one for the attacker to set everything up in. Especially if he's running a Venom Crawler. Because, I'm sorry, but that's going to barely fit on. But maybe that's what's not needed. We have different ways of running it. So we've got historic armies. So if you want to fight the battles of Nemengast itself, it tells you the armies to actually use. So as a starter game, for somebody getting into the game in the first place, having pre-built armies so that you can build and jump straight into playing is a very good idea. Then you can learn why that army was put together that way and go along from there. We've got extra stratagems for the mission. So silenced weapons. Blend with the shadows for the Marines. Suspicions raised and they knew we were coming. Okay, so it's an attacker-defender situation here. Very nice. Second one. These deployment maps are strange. So we all know the one that looks like Brazil that you get in Open Warfare. Now we have the British symbol for the Air Force in World War II. Yay. Great. Again, each of these missions seems to have its own stratagems to be used just in that mission. Pity these can't transfer. As far as I know, these can't transfer. If these could transfer over into the general game, that would be really nice. But it just says that in this mission. So these are mission-specific ones. Alright. Vanguard Assault. Another new deployment map. Again, it's attacker-defender here, so really nice for using the campaign as you go through. Dark Ritual. Every one of them seems to have 4 stratagems, so yeah. Okay, again, extra detailing on this one. You've got deployment zone, center of battlefield, and then you have a site of dark power in the center. So Yeah, the Sight of Dark Power Chaos units have a 4+ invulnerable save while they are wholly within 6 inches of the objective marker. Invuln saves cannot be made for any other units while they are within 6 inches of that objective marker. Oh, that's nasty. So if you're playing this mission in a standard 40k format rather than historic ones, and you have, say, Custodes, that is going to be a very painful zone of the table for you. So yes, like this a lot. Burn and Despoil. If you want what I think is the most complicated deployment I've ever seen. So we've got to build this in. You've got to go from the center of the battlefield 6 inches back and then 18 inches either side, with a 12-inch and a 6-inch gap, and then the deployment zone. And then you've got these are for your objective markers, and then you've got 18 inches to the back deployment zone. And yeah, that's going to be that's going to be an interesting one. That is the most complicated, convoluted deployment zone I have seen in a standard battle map yet. Yeah, that is fun. Right, we have War Without End. So this is for open play. An open play mission. So, nice. We have little twists from the game, or for the game. Knife in the Dark. So these are ideas for future campaign games, or just open war games, as they say. Yeah, really nice little campaign book. Like that a lot. Like that a lot, actually. Very fluffy. Now, we will be, once Joe gets back, Joe is our new cameraman, and the reason why one of our battle reports is not getting uploaded this week, as he accidentally put the camera on slow motion and silent for 2/3 of the actual game. But the man is a lore and tactics master, so we will be getting him on the channel to go through these with us in depth. But let's just take a quick look. Now, I'm liking the Ultramarines blue they've got on these, because it's much, much darker. Now, I don't know if it shows up well on camera, but the blue on there is almost a Crimson Fist style blue, so they're not standing out against the background as much. Another showing of the same piece of artwork. Right, so we have the history of the Vanguard forces, how they fit into the new Marine ethos. Squad markings, these are nice to have. So you've got your icons for specific specific squads. See, they do actually understand that there are more than just Ultramarines the people play, so why couldn't they put the icons for each of these legions or chapters on here? You know, that is frustrating to me. That is just lazy. And when they've put so much effort into the rest of the game, not doing that is, I think, just a bit of a cop-out. So we've got nice detail views of each of the units that are in the box set. Very nice. And then we're down to the data sheets. So I'm not going to go over the points costs at the moment. This is just a quick first impression and flick through. So Defenders of Mankind. They've got this the Lost Librarius. So Adeptus Astartes Psychers cannot be drawn from the Black Templars champion. And they have the designer's note now that says about the Phobos keyword, because all the Marines in this have the Phobos keyword, and we've now been told that Reavers, the original Reavers, also have the Phobos keyword, because a lot of the psychic powers from this will trigger off that keyword. So Captain and Phobos armor. Again, Librarian. See, right here we have a bloody, yeah, it looks like a bloody angel. But we don't have, actually, is that a bloody angel? I don't think it is. They're in red armor, but I don't recognize the symbol. So the lieutenant is painted in a chapter with a decal on the shoulder pad that we do not get in the box. Which, for some of the younger guys that will come along into the chapter, or into the game, this could be a little frustrating if they see some, oh, I really want to do this. You know, want to do Dark Angels. And we've got the Dark Angels color scheme down here, but we have none of the decals that come with it. So Infiltrator Squad, 5 power. I don't know how many people play power at the moment, but I like playing power, actually. It makes for just a simple, quick, easy game, but it can be a little unbalanced. We have chapter tactics for each of the different chapters. So Black Templars, Bloody Angels, Dark Angels, Iron Hands. We've got all of these in the standard codex. But again, this is getting people into the game itself. So having these without having to have a full-blown codex to get you started, this is nice. The new Psychic Obscuration discipline. Now this is the problem with this is that nearly everything in it only affects Phobos. Apart from Hallucination, Tenebrous Curse. Oh, sorry. Well, half of them affect Phobos only. Half can be used with others. And then we've got our Warlord trait. So it's a Phobos character again. So no putting these on your standard chapter Warlords. They're only for Phobos units. So that is the Psyker, the Lieutenant, and the Captain only. Hopefully we'll get some more characters in Phobos in the future, because these Warlord traits are quite nasty. I've seen a couple of other people do breakdowns on them. Again, we're going to go through that with Joe. So here we have the Ultramarines versus Tau, and the points values. Now, I'm used to playing Custodes, so these seem really cheap. Lieutenant and Phobos armor is 80 points without his weapons. So yeah, these are cheap when my standard infantry is 57 points. So yeah, and sorry for that. And at the back we have a breakdown of what's in the book. So yeah, that is the mini codex for the Vanguard Space Marines. Hopefully we'll get these added into an actual codex soon, but we'll see. Heretic Astartes Demonkin. Quite thick little booklets. Black Legion. I'm happy enough with Black Legion being the focus for this, because it is about the Black Legion coming to, or presaging the arrival of the War Master, Abaddon himself. But breakdown, new lore for the Demonkin. So showing the Black Legion where you stick your decals. I think it's also going to be it's got the lore of how the demon can come to be. Nice. Traitors and Tyrants, again, if you wish to use other legions. Unfortunately, yet again, not on the decal sheet. What I think they should do is, if they show this in a starter set, they should give these chapter symbols or legion symbols in the box, so that when a new player comes along, anybody who wants to play this game at the moment is limited, if they want to use the decals, to Ultramarines and Black Legion only. Why not be able to use the Red Corsairs or the Scourged, even though that is a horrible paint scheme. Blue, red, and gold. Okay. That's well, it's very Zinch, and it is a Zinch chapter. So okay, I'll give them that. Night Lords, Word Bearers, the Purge. So we've got some of Grandfather Nurgle's little guys in here. We have the Flawless Host. Okay, Bright Pink and Flesh. Okay, interesting idea. And then into the Infernal Champions. These really do look nice, and until I actually seen it on the sprue, I didn't quite get just how big these guys are. They are huge, and it's those that have that really nice skeletal backpack. Um, every one of the Black Legion are different, which unlike the Marines, which you've got two identical sprues, every one of these is unique. So that's nice, and brings to mind, why didn't they do that with the Primaris? You know, if they're showing here that they can make them, so why not make them? Okay, back into data sheets. This is explaining why you're getting, or what the codexes actually are. Again, for people who are just coming into the game. And they are pointing out that the Obliterator points values and data sheet in the 2017 edition of Chaos Space Marines, and these are the updates to that. So okay, so it doesn't replace the Chaos Space Marines data sheet. Does not replace, or oh, sorry, update or replace the similarly named data sheet in Codex Space Marines, though it is published here for your convenience. So these are not updates. That's interesting. I would have thought that these would have updated the ones in the books, or in the standard codexes. But I suppose this is because not everybody's going to buy this book. So they'll probably update it in the next codex in general. So how the demon can work: death to the false emperor, demonic ritual, master of possession. I do like this model. It is really nice. It's not. It's over the top enough to be without to not be plain, but not so over the top as to be gaudy. I do like that. Really nice. The Chaos Space Marines. I just love these. So autocannons, heavy 2, strength 7, AP minus 1, 2 damage with a 48-inch range. So nothing. There's no bonuses to taking these guys over the current Space Marines, other than the fact they look hell of a lot better. A hell of a lot better. But they're exactly the same as a standard Chaos Space Marine, which is a shame, because these are sort of getting outclassed a little bit by Primaris at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see what GW have in store for us. So all our abilities and traits, again, for what you would get in the codexes, but stripped down a little bit to make it a little bit easier for new players. So Black Legion, Iron Warriors, Renegade Chapter Dark Raiders. That's a new one, I think. World Eaters, Night Lords, Emperor's Children, Alpha Legion, and the Word Bearers. Now, the Word Bearers did nothing wrong. That's my personal opinion. They did nothing wrong. And you can disagree with me in the comments as much as you like. New Melphic Discipline. Now, looking down here, there is no restrictions. It doesn't look like it's Demonkin only. So, unlike the the Vanguard Space Marines, where half of their psychic power only targeted the Phobos armor, this is fully available to Chaos. There's nothing to say that you cannot transfer this Melfic discipline into a standard army list. That's nice. Same with the Warlord traits. It just says if the Chaos Space Marine Psyker character is your Warlord. So these can transfer over as well. Although I think some of these may still be in the main rulebook. And down to the points values. Like, those graders possessed are only 70 points a model. And looking here, their weapons are free. So, yeah, that's not bad. Not bad at all. 130 points for the Venom Crawler. Plus war gear, of course. So, yeah. Nice, another nice little supplement. And a nice little add-on to you heretics out there. We get our really useful when you're first starting out rules phase. The fact that this is all the actual rules amazes me now. Compared to what a bloat 7th edition was, being able to just pick up this to take with you and your codex and go and play. Okay, yes, I know when you're playing a bit more seriously, you do need the FAQs, the chapter approved, your codex. So, it's not a light game, but it is a game worth playing. So, looking through the instruction manual for our lovely cardboard Kraken here. Full sprue breakdown. Instructions on where to put decals. And saying a nice little key down here. Follow steps. Follow assembly in numerical and alphabetical order. And yeah, we can see what these go together like. I'm going to build these up and let you know if there are any gotchas, as other people call them. And we will see. So, the Captain and Phobos armor looks really straightforward to put together. GW have come a long way with these monopose kits. Now, hopefully they'll bring out multi-part kits, because not everybody likes the monopose, and I really dislike the pose for the Lieutenant. Again, it is just a personal thing, and I can't exactly say why I dislike it. I just do. It might have the fact that it looks like he's squatting down to have a dump, but yeah, it could be that. I don't know. And the guy with the smoke grenade actually looks like, oh bugger, I've just dropped that. It doesn't look like he's throwing it. It looks like he has accidentally let it out of his hand. But these other ones, I'm loving the look of. So again, yes, here are showing we have got duplicated Marines. So 8 out of the Marines are duplicated. 2 of which are the snipers. The only difference will be the head on those. Suppressor Sergeant. And then the suppressors are duplicated as well. Again, just a slightly different head. That is a shame. That is a little bit of a shame. Right, on to the Chaos. Master Possession. I'm hoping that the contact point down here holds up and doesn't snap, because these smaller areas can be fragile, but it looks like they've put a little bit of reinforcement in the plastic on there. So that should be useful. Plasma Pistol. Every one of these Chaos guys is unique. Some poses are a little bit derpy, but like this one, he's twisting and moving. He looks like he would break his ankle at this pose. So this on this guy here, which is 8F. When you get your own copy, you can take a look and see. But yeah, and I'm liking that they've keyed the arms, because sometimes getting the arms in position can be a pain, as anybody who has built umpteen dozen Skitari will be able to tell you. Greater Possessed, 5 parts to the model. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 parts to the model for the big claw dude, and 4 for the other guy. So easy to build, quick to get on the table for guys that are starting out. I approve. Obliterators, a little bit more in depth. But then again, they are obliterators. They should be very, very Hellbrute-like on the back. So, yeah. The obliterators do look good. I've never liked the old models at all. But these do take it up a notch and make it look like a possessed Centurion. So, I can see that working. And the Venom Crawler. And the Venom Crawler is a nice kit. Not too much to go wrong. And it looks like you could pretty much assemble it, then paint it, without too much of the model getting in the way. I still recommend painting it and assembling in sub-assemblies. But, again, if you want to get onto the table, get playing quickly, that's quite nice. And then a very basic Citadel paint system on the back for you to follow. Be nice if they give you a little tutorial in these boxes as well to get that nice blue fade on the power sword, or how to do the plasma glow on the plasma gunners. You know, things like that. Duncan does extremely well, so we will see if he brings out a set of tutorials for this. Hopefully he will. Now, the last thing that I got in this were these, which I was not expecting. A set of 2 cards. Nice artwork on the back. Again, together it makes up, pretty much makes up the poster. In fact, exactly makes up the poster. So that's a nice little touch. And on the back of them, we have quick read data slates with all the stats that we need to play the game. So for people who are learning, people who are starting out and don't want to carry a big book with them, 2 small packs of cards like these are fantastic. Now, I wish both GW and Forge World would do these for sale alongside the boxes of objective cards. You know, they did do it for the Imperial Knights. That was the last time I've seen this done. They need to start doing this. Being able to just have the cards out that you need for that, rather than have to leaf through a book. All the rules you need are on each of these cards. All the stats you need are on each of these cards. So this makes it a lot easier to get into the game when you don't have to go faffing around looking for stuff. So GW, take note if you're watching, which I doubt you will be, but hey, I can dream. This is a genius idea and a moneymaker. Release the unit cards for each of them. You've done it for Age of Sigmar with the War Scrolls. Now do it for these guys, for us 40k players. Give us just these cards to take with us. It means that we don't have to carry the codexes all the time. We can run these as we need to. Okay, guys. Well, that's the first of the videos for today done. I do have a couple more if I can get this camera to behave itself, because we have some more unboxings to do, including some nice spears for my Custodes. I have got our Hawkmen for the Custodes as well, and we have a couple of paint reviews to do for some stuff that was sent over from Badger, which is the Steinel Res primers, which I have to say are the best I've used, and the Metalsmith paint system. So that's a bit of an unusual one, and I'm still learning that. But I'm going to wrap it up for now, and hopefully you were able to make out most of this video, and I will come back to you later. You take care, guys. Have a good one.